Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda and this is Confident Mindset with Amanda. So in this video I want to talk a bit about subliminals, and the reason why I want to bring them up is because I have been putting them out onto my channel recently, and the reason why I have been doing this is because subliminals work and they are a great way for motivating you on your journey to manifesting whatever it is that you want. Now, subliminals only work if you continue to use them. Using a subliminal once and expecting to see results is not actually the way that they are going to work. This is from my own interpretation, and maybe somebody has listened to a subliminal once and it has worked for them, but what were you thinking as you were listening to that subliminal? Because sometimes when we listen to a subliminal and we have heightened emotions about something that we are manifesting, it can manifest really quick because the subliminal in the autosuggestion affirmations are hitting the subconscious while your emotions are either visualizing or thinking about something or someone or whatever it is that you are manifesting into your life. However, on a long-term basis, listening to a subliminal just once isn't the way that we use our subliminals. So how we use our subliminals are, I would suggest from my own interpretation that a subliminal should be used, especially if it's something that you are enhancing in your life. So if you have a limiting belief that you are working on and there is an affirmation subliminal audio that you find on YouTube, let's say, for example, it is about 3 minutes long, listen to that audio, I would say, for about 10 minutes while you are affirming that new desire into your life. And I would do this 3 times a day. You don't have to do this. I think 15 minutes is enough, even less, 5 to 10 minutes. But if you're someone who wants to kind of have a faster result, listening to them at least 3 times a day would be a great way to manifest your desire into your life a lot quicker. Now, I want to talk about why subliminals work. So subliminals work because they are bypassing the whole analytical and reasoning mind, which is your conscious mind, your awareness, and the whole neocortex, as I talked about in my last video, where we have all our senses and where our cognition and awareness and everything is working. So when we listen to audio such as subliminals, the subliminal audio is designed in a way where you are not actually fully aware of what it is saying. And when your conscious mind is not fully aware of what it is saying, it will either accept it, it would either let it go into the subconscious mind, or it will try to find the reasoning for it. But if it can't find the reasoning for it, then it'll go into the subconscious mind as well too. And this means that when we are changing limiting beliefs and we're not, maybe we're having a little bit of resistance because we're consciously looking into our 3D and affirming the opposite, and we're finding resistance. But when we listen to subliminals, the resistance is not coming up because it's hitting the subconscious mind. And I want to read this quote out by Dr. Joseph Murphy in the subconscious, the power of your subconscious mind. So psychologists and psychiatrists point out that when thoughts are conveyed to your subconscious mind, impressions are made in the brain cells. As soon as your subconscious accepts an idea, it proceeds to put it into effect immediately. So this is when the subconscious accepts the idea. So that is why we're actually repeating our affirmations, because the conscious mind is fighting not to let it into the subconscious mind, because the conscious mind is aware. And once you are aware of what it is that you are saying to yourself, and let's say, for example, you're not seeing the results outside, it fights it. It's the analytical mind, so it's going to find reasoning for it. The subconscious mind doesn't do that. It accepts everything as true. There's no falseness in the subconscious mind. Everything that is put into it, it is accepted as truth. And so when it accepts an idea, as in the book here by Dr. Joseph Murphy is saying, it works by association then of ideas and uses every bit of knowledge that you have gathered in your lifetime to bring about its purpose. Now, any bit of knowledge that you've gathered through your lifetime to bring about its purpose is going to be all of your beliefs. And so when we're listening to affirmations and audio tapes, we are honing in and we're targeting limiting beliefs that are not working in our reality right now. So if you are somebody who is wanting to have a whole change of mindset, I would suggest, from my own experience and my own interpretation, to listen to an audio track at night. And the reason why is because your conscious mind is asleep, your subconscious mind is wide open because it never sleeps, and it accepts everything that is coming into it a lot quicker than you will be accepting your affirmations during the day. And when you are going about your day, those audio subliminals that I have posted on my channel are designed for, if you have a few minutes in your day, to take a few minutes to motivate yourself. If you're feeling like you are triggered, or if you're feeling like there's an affirmation that you need to continue to say to overcome, or you just need a few minutes to relax, put the earphones on, listen to the audio, and let the affirmations sink into your subconscious mind in a relaxed state, because your subconscious mind is at its most suggestible when you are in that alpha theta relaxed mode. Because when you're in that relaxed mode, your conscious mind is not really, it's kind of in between the sleepy stage, so it's not opening up to analytical reasoning. It's allowing you to relax, and as you are relaxing, your subconscious mind is soaking up all of these affirmations. So I want to finish this quote that Murphy was saying. So when this happens, when it goes and it looks for all of your past experiences and beliefs, this is why you want to have all of your affirmations that you were listening to at night to target your limiting beliefs. Because when you start affirming for your new desire, your subconscious mind accepts it. It's going to go over how you experience love, how you experience how you experience money. It's going to go over everything that you experience in your life, and that is how it's going to try and bring it to you in your reality. So it draws on the infinite power, energy and wisdom within you. It lines up all the laws of nature to get its way. Sometimes it seems to bring about an immediate solution. This is what I was saying. If you listen to a subliminal and you find an immediate, like your desire manifests immediately, because maybe you have been somebody who has been affirming for it, and then as you get this subconsciousness reprogramming, it starts to seek it in your reality, and then it kind of manifests like that. Because remember, manifestation is instant. There is really no time lag in manifestation, and the time lags are just, they're little bits of us just disconnecting from ourselves, as I say. So you're disconnecting from the belief in yourself, you're disconnecting from is this going to happen, all these questions. And this is where the kind of little time lag comes in. It's all these little nagging things that come at us when we're looking at our 3D and we're realizing that what we want is not there, and then we start to question the process, and then we wonder if it's even working, and then we find ourselves going into all of these little thoughts. But manifestation is actually instant. And if we look into our reality right now and where we are in our reality, that is all an instant byproduct of how we are perceiving it, how we are observing it. So we could literally observe our reality in a different way, and we could be expecting the best to happen in that day, and the best will happen because of what we have been doing. And that it can be just instant. You can literally be just thinking about someone and they can just text you straight away. I know that's happened to me a lot of the time, and I'm sure that's happened to you as well too. So yeah, that's what happened then when the subconscious mind actually accepts it. So it lines up everything, the laws of nature, to get its way, and sometimes it brings about an immediate solution to your difficulties, but at other times it may take days, weeks, or longer. Its ways are past finding out. So there's actually no logical explanation, because remember, manifestation is not logical. There's no logical explanation as to what is taking a little bit of a time. But if your subconscious mind has a way for something to come to you, let's say let's say you're working on your beliefs, and you're someone who is working on a belief that things come to you fast. But let's say, for example, you had a belief that things didn't come to you fast. So from this moment in time, your subconscious mind hasn't fully accepted your new affirmation of things coming to you fast. And so it's only going to go by what it already knows, meaning that it thinks that things come to you slow. So it's going to have a slow kind of manifestation, because that's what it knows right now. But let's say you are someone who is continually affirming that everything comes to you fast, and you continually affirm this for a few days. And all of a sudden, then your subconscious mind is accepted it. It'll start to look for that way. Then it'll say, okay, well, this is it's something else. It'll say that, okay, things come fast, so let's get this fast. And that is why then there's a little bit of a time, because of the belief that we hold. So when we're listening to subliminals, it eliminates limiting beliefs, but it makes the process faster. So let's say, for example, you're manifesting something for a while and you're not seeing results. Subliminals are a great way to hit your subconscious mind. Now, I do want to say that they're, from my own interpretation, I don't want to put out any limiting beliefs, but the time it takes for something to manifest in your reality, when you do have a lot of limiting beliefs that you are overcoming, I would suggest listening to an auto suggestion tape with your new affirmations for at least 21 days. And then after that, I would listen to that exact same audio for up to 3 months. If you are someone who is over the age, I would say, of 35. And the reason why I say this is because our brains are, they are still kind of learning things up until the age of 35. And so once we get to the age of 35, I believe this is true from Dr. Joe Dispenza was explaining, we have completely learned our set ways, our behaviors, our thoughts, and so it's a little bit harder then to kind of change them around when we are over the age of 35. Now, this is just scientifically proven. You can actually create the affirmation that everything works fast for you. So if you are someone who is over the age of 35, create that affirmation that all of these affirmations are happening right now, and continue to tell yourself that, and then you will override that kind of limiting belief in itself. But if you are someone who is over 35, don't compare your journey to someone who is maybe 16 or 17 or 18 and they're listening to subliminals, because at that age the mind is actually still developing, and so they will their subconscious mind will absorb those subliminal beliefs quicker than somebody with a mind who is off the age of 35 or over. Now, these can be all seen as limiting beliefs as well too. It depends on what you believe in. I'm just talking from a scientific standpoint on that at the moment. Maybe things will change when they do more tests and more results on it, but at the moment it stands that at the up until the age of 35, that is where our brain is, and we have learned a lot more limiting beliefs and limiting ways of being than we would have if we were about 20 years old. And so someone at 20 years old and someone at 40 years old listening to the same subliminal won't have the same results. The 20-year-old will most probably have it quicker results than a 40-year-old, but that doesn't mean that that's the case either. That's just science, and so everything overrules science really, in a sense, because there's always new things being discovered. So when we are wanting to, I'm going to go, I had a couple of questions on this. Someone asked me about how many affirmations to use. Yes, within a 4-hour affirmation tape. So if you're somebody who's creating an affirmation tape and you are wanting fast results, focus on one aspect of your life. Now, I know from my own interpretation and from the way I do things, I do focus on different areas of the life, but when I create these tracks, I am creating them in a way that I would expect the person to listen to this track for at least 3 months, even when you start to feel a difference within, because I know I create them for myself. And usually I would feel a difference if I'm changing beliefs. Usually I would feel a difference within 2 to 3 weeks. I would start to feel better in myself. So sometimes if it's a real limiting belief, I will experience triggers, but I will know that it's to do with the track. And then after the 2-week period, then it's like a sense of peace that you get. It's like you just feel really more whole in yourself, more stronger, more complete, because you kind of have overcome these other beliefs that were lying within your subconscious mind. Now, that doesn't mean that I stop listening to the track within the 2 to 3 week period. I actually will go on to listen to the same thing for about 3 months anyway, so that I am solidifying the beliefs in, because you want to see permanent results in your life, and you want to experience the way that you are showing up in your behaviors and your thoughts and your actions through these affirmations. And so if you're somebody who wants to create an affirmation within a 4 hour period, I would suggest 1 to 15 affirmations on the one subject that you are wanting to materialize in your life. So let's say, for example, you are creating the 4 hour affirmation track, and you're somebody who's manifesting a relationship. So look at what relationship you want, and look at 3 specific aspects that you want in that relationship. So let's say, for example, you want better communication, better intimacy, and commitment. Then you would take those 3 aspects, and you would write your 1 to 15 affirmations about those 3 areas of the relationship that you are manifesting. And the reason why I came up with the 1 to 15 affirmations was because I divided the 4 hours by the 60 minutes, and that was what I got, was the 15, which meant that if you created 15, it would go into your mind a lot quicker, into your subconscious mind quicker. To get the maximum results, I think the question was, I would focus on the one topic. Now, I think I covered the other question. It was about how long we should listen to them. I don't think there's there's no long or set time to listen to them, but to get actual results in your reality, I would be, from my own perception, I would be someone who would listen to it for at least 21 days, because you will notice the difference when you listen to it within 21 days. But afterwards, I would listen to it for at least 3 months or more. It depends on how you are shifting in your reality with your beliefs. So when you are saying your affirmations, are they believable to you? Because when you start to solidify these beliefs in through the actual audio tapes, you will notice that when you say the affirmations, or you will even notice that your fleeting thoughts throughout the day will be more positive, because the subconscious mind is accepting these beliefs at night. And so I wanted to create a video on this. I wanted to bring up the idea that subliminals do work. They are beneficial. They help you to keep motivated on your journey. If you are someone who is affirming for a new kind of way in your reality, find subliminals online that are in relation to what it is that you are manifesting. Listen to these, and don't listen to them just once and expect a result. Listen to them for at least 2 weeks if you can, 2 to 3 times a day, whatever audio tape that you decide to go with. On YouTube, there's loads of them. I'm sure there's loads on Spotify, because subliminals are kind of becoming bigger now as people are realizing that they work. And to have them effectively used, I would listen to them at night. But if you're someone who can't listen to them at night, listen to them during the day. As I say, I have a few of them up there myself. But if you have your own audio track, listen to it at a very, very low volume during the day, because your subconscious mind is always picking things up. Even when you are, you're not aware of it, your subconscious mind is always picking everything up. So I'm going to leave that video there, because it's a bit longer than I expected. I hope that I answered everyone's questions, and my next video is going to be on divine timing. So if you have any questions on that, feel free to comment below, and I will chat to you soon.